I'm Judy Bentley, and I'm standing on Alki Beach, where the city of Seattle began in 1851 when a party of settlers arrived from San Francisco and landed on these windy shores. They spent a dreary winter here and soon decamped farther east on Elliott Bay, behind me, where the city of Seattle grew, named after the Duwamish-Suquamish chief who had aided the settlers and was eager for trade. This is one of the stories I tell in Walking Washington's History, 10 Cities. In my first book, I wrote Hiking Washington's History and walked historic trails in the mountains, on the ocean beaches, and the Columbia Plateau. And this time, I decided to tell the history of the state through the history of its cities. Seattle was not the first city. Vancouver was the first. There was a British fur trading post there since 1825 on the Columbia River. And when the fur brigades came down the river carrying their loads of fur from the interior, this village at the fort swelled to more than 1,000 people who came from many different nationalities. Then when Washington Territory separated from Oregon in 1851, Olympia was named the temporary territorial capital because it was located right at the northern end of the Oregon Trail in Washington and the southern end of Puget Sound. But it had some competition. Walla Walla, on the eastern part of the territory, was booming from gold mining rushes in the Idaho mountains, and it was for a while the largest city in the territory. Then came Tacoma when the Northern Pacific Railroad decided to locate its terminus there, much to the chagrin of Seattle, which boomed in the 1890s on its gold rush from the Klondike regions of Alaska. So these are the first 5 cities I talk about in the book. We also look at Spokane, and Everett, and Bellingham, Yakima, and the last and newest city among the top 10 is Bellevue. So you can find this history too in the cities by walking and observing. So let me show you, for example, this landing monument that marks where the settlers first landed on Alki Beach. The top part of this monument, with a pillar, says just the adults, okay? Arthur A. Denny and wife, John N. Lowe and wife, Carson D. Warren and wife, etc. Well, in 2001, Southwest Seattle Historical Society updated this plaque to add the names of these women: Mary Ann Warren Denny, Lydia Culver Lowe, Mary Case Warren, etc. And on the other side of the monument, also reinterpreting history or expanding history, this plaque acknowledges the Duwamish and other native peoples who helped the Alki landing party survive the early years here. This honors Chief Seattle, leader of the Duwamish and Suquamish tribes. So as you can see, history is relatively close to the surface in Washington, and it is being continually reinterpreted. You can be part of this story, and discovering these stories, explore with me in Walking Washington's History.